What's up guys, Cloudie here, checking in from the America server. And today the second patch of June has hit the servers with Eclipse and other updates, so let's just go through them and see what we have. Of course, Vespa being classic Vespa, the Asia server is already riddled with bugs and some super serious issues, so it has to be taken down. So if you are in Asia, then you are kinda screwed, but yeah, I guess they will sort it out sooner than later. So yeah, let's see what we have. First of all, of course, we have new wedding costumes, which is Yuri, Ayanna, May, clothes, Kibera, Cecilia, Rehartne, Cassandra, and they also come with like special motions that you can see in game. So I recommend you check them out inside the game, see how they look in game and not just in the art, because that can be very different. Now, I'm not sure why this even dungeon or event is listed here, because this has been out for some time now. You can see it here, that's like a quiz that you need to register with a Google form and give the answers that are related to the hero's birthday from June. Not really sure why it's added in this patch note, it's been out for a while now. But it's here anyway. Moving on, perhaps the biggest change, or one of the biggest changes for me, is the change to Eclipse. First and foremost, instead of 3 entry keys, we can have 5 now. And Vespa generously also gave us 2 extra ones with the patch. So if you had like 0 before the patch, then now you have 2. That's pretty cool. On top of that, you can also choose now the speed of the battle. There is a normal, there is like a fast and the turbo one. I have seen the fast and it's pretty fast. It's faster than the normal game speed at 1.5, so that can be a bit challenging to play. And I don't know about turbo really. I haven't seen that one yet, but I reckon that's for like autoplay. Also, if you don't like to really do Eclipse that many times, you can choose to use more than one key at a time and then just use more of your entries with a single run. And of course, your rewards will be multiplied by the amount of keys that you use. As Vespa has mentioned, they are reducing the number of teams you can use in Eclipse now. It's going down from 20 to 10. I expected it to be 5. 10 seems pretty punishing to play through and also to gear. Like, that's 40 characters, and also like who has 10 tanks and healers and build DPS. So I'm guessing a lot of people aren't really happy to have to run that many characters or teams now. But yeah, 10 teams now, guys, that's what we have. They do change how the whole Eclipse thing works. You can see the speed selectors here. So each team will go through all the waves starting from wave 1, and the rewards will depend on how many waves you manage to clear with them. A bit down the line, they do have like a table that shows. So for here they shows the number of the wave that you clear and what rewards you get. Basically, you get 4 blue eaters, 4 purple ones, 1 red, and 1 yellow for each 10 stages. So if you have a team that goes up to like 40, then you will get 16 blue, 16 purple, 4 red, 4 yellow, which is not too bad. Not great, not too bad. And also there is a bonus here that one of your teams, the one that goes to the highest stage, will get triple the amount. So instead of getting one of these per stage, you will get 3. So that's pretty nice. And of course, all your teams that clear waves will receive these rewards. So at the end, when you have run all your teams, you will get all of them together, which means actually you are getting an increased amount of eaters, unless in certain specific cases where you were like clearing above floor 60 or something and only had one team or so that was able to do this. In that case, this might be a nerf for you, depending on how many teams you can equip and run. So yeah, that remains to be seen. I think for most people this is actually a good change, a more balanced change. All in all, I think it improves Eclipse, but I know that not everyone is happy, so that just can happen. Moving on, they have also changed the balance, which is also a really good thing. They have decreased the damage of monsters by a great deal, and this means that you no longer get one-shotted no longer get one-shotted if you have good gear, which is really nice because from the run I watched, even at like 40 plus, you didn't need a morphing on your tank to survive. You could actually heal, and this has also changed that now the healing reduction effect is not that strong. So as you keep going through the waves, it's not just that you no longer are able to heal, so it makes the gameplay a bit more versatile, I guess. So less punishing against any other healer who is not Frey, because basically it was just her shield that kept you alive after a while. But of course, the monster HP in turn has been increased, so now you cannot one-shot them just as easily, but you also do not get one-shotted. So somewhere it's balanced. It's maybe a bit more fun way to play, other than just one-shot or get one-shotted. Also, the monsters will now attack the knight class hero in your team if there is a knight, which means that you shouldn't really get divers just killing your backline anymore, or hitting your melee unit anymore. But still, some boss monsters, I think some bosses actually do have cleave attacks, so you have to be careful when you are running melee units, because they can still die. It's just that now the the monsters should be focusing on your knight instead. So that's again, quality of life improvement, makes the whole Eclipse experience a lot better. Then, yeah, we have spoken about the heal reduction effect, and Kane's NPC effect has been changed as well. Previously, it was increasing the attack of all allies by 20%. Now it's a flat 100,000 buff. That's pretty cool, I think. 100k, I will take that. Okay, so these are the changes to Eclipse. Pretty nice. I like them. Looking forward to having more blue and purple eaters, and maybe more of the others too. Moving on, because these are also good things, we have received now extra pages for runes on your unique weapon, which you can unlock using gold. So the first page is of course free because you already had that one. And I said gold, but I meant rubies. So 500 rubies you can use to unlock the extra pages, and then you can just switch between them as you can now between talent perks, for instance, or perk pages, which is kind of nice because it means that you no longer need to keep removing and replacing your runes, which was a bit punishing if you tried a hero in various different contents where they needed different setups. So this is pretty cool, and it goes pretty well into the next part, which is the gear preset system. And this is probably easier to show you guys in game, so let's just switch over. Basically, you can go into your hero and you have a new icon here, this armor icon. If you click it, you get to this wonderful page where you can save all of your heroes' current setup using their rune weapon page, their perks, and the gear that they have currently equipped. You can just save all of this and reload it whenever you want, which is pretty nice. For instance, we have just talked about Eclipse, where you will need to gear 40 characters. Yeah, 40 characters. That means that you do that once, and unless you want to change their gears, you only need to load the gear set before you go to Eclipse. You do not need to manually change every single hero, and that just really makes your life so much easier. And you will get like 5 of these on start, and for an extra 1,000 rubies you can get more slots. So if you are doing anything that requires a lot of heroes to be geared, and you need their talents to be changing, their runes to be changing, and so on and so on, then you can do this pretty easily. So this is quite a big quality of life change. Again, Eclipse, Guild War, League of Honor, those are things, or world bosses where you have to gear a lot of heroes at once and change their perks around. So I think for this is a really big change, and I'm really happy about it. Now, in tandem with that, they have also changed the gear sets in parts that they no longer are taken out of your inventory. They are now only they are now there in your inventory still, and they can be equipped to more than one hero at a time, or they can be assigned to more than one hero, but they can still only be assigned to one hero. You can see here on this one, for instance, that my Shea is wearing this set, and 2 of these items could be moved on to my Kara. Also, you can have more than one item. Now let's just move back to this because it's easier to see that way. So you can have more than one And one item can be in more than one set now, which makes them moving them around more easily. So maybe you have a leather set for one of your assassins, but you only have like one good earring to go with it. Then you can save the earring both in your assassin set, and maybe you have also a warrior who wants to use that earring sometimes. Then you can save the earring to that set as well, and then change between the heroes as you need. So again, kind of nice, makes life easier, makes gearing easier. For those of us who don't really like the inventory management game so much, this becomes so much more convenient. So yeah, kind of happy about these things. Not exactly what they had promised in January, but still a good step up in quality of life. So yeah, kudos for that. Yep, on top of that, there is now cancel button for the soul weapon transfer window confirmation. I guess it didn't have one now. I honestly never used that. Also, at one point, I almost unleashed the wrong unique weapon, and then some certain evil voices stopped me from doing so. Okay, let's move on. The next solo ranking challenge raid will be Kallax again. Can't wait to be fighting this guy, woohoo! But we have some time until that is the 6th of July, and of course we will be getting the usual rubies for that. And then there are some bug fixes that they are talking about, mainly display errors as I can see, so nothing really fancy. So these are the most of the changes. If we go through, we can check what events we have. Again, we have this birthday event, but it has been going on. So if you were following on Plug or Discord or stuff like that, you have probably already seen this. We also have two other events that are currently going on. One is this Hero Academy School. Basically, every day you need to do Vault 4 times, League of Victories 3 times, and clear the Tower of Challenge 5 times. If you do that, you get 1 day completed for either of these rewards as you keep going. Some of these are pretty nice, like the Reforged tickets, for instance. And at the end, you will get a unique weapon ticket. So once you have gone through all 7 days, you will receive a unique weapon selector ticket. That's pretty nice. I mean, if you like unique weapon selector tickets, but who doesn't? Then there is a stamina refill event. Basically, after spending 2000 stamina, you can press this button and it will give you 2000 stamina again, and also a point on this part of the event page. After you reach 5 points, so basically 5 days, you can get one of these old type of 10+1 summons, and when you reach 10 points, then you get one of the new type of summons. So pretty straightforward. You just need to spend 2000 stamina, and they say that you can use dispatch battle for this, but it only counts after your battles have finished. So and this stamina usage today score is reset every day, so you have to do that 2000 in 1 day. Yeah, but shouldn't be too hard. I mean, stamina resets pretty fast, and the daily bonuses give a lot, so I think 2000 a day isn't that hard unless you have like no time to play at all. But yeah, that's just how the game works. You will have some room preserve discount, but I think this one is like not that great anymore, since we have the room pages on the unique weapons, and we will get some extra dragon coins as well. That's yeah, if you like your dragon coins, that's great. Then there is another event going on for which is related to Eclipse now. It's kind of curious because it's not an in-game event, or it's not tracked in-game. You need to sign up for this survey link that they have been using lately. You give your usual account details, and then they somehow will check whether you have gone through the steps. Basically, you need to clear the Trial of the God King 2 times, whichever you can clear, but you need to do it twice. And then you need to clear Eclipse 2 times, and then you need to clear Eclipse again 2 times. So kind of curious. I don't know how they're gonna track this, or how they're gonna check it, whether you have done it or not, and whether you have done it in the right order, because it says like step 1 and so, but yeah, kind of weird, step 1 and 2 here. So it suggests that you should be clearing trial first, but I'm not quite sure how they would be tracking this. Either way, here is the link. I will put it into the description. You guys can sign up for it and then just do trial and Eclipse as you would. There is plenty of time to clear both Eclipse 4 times and both trials, so it should not really be a problem. Moving on, we also have a new APK file, which I will put into the link for into the description. You can download it from the Vespa link and then just install it on your emulator and hopefully have a better experience running your game on the emulators than you would just by downloading the game from the store. And finally, the shop. I've gone through this a bit, and let's just check it in game because it's not really that great. I haven't seen that many packages that are really so awesome that I would recommend actually buying them. But then again, as always, I don't recommend buying. I don't work for Vespa, so I just point out sometimes when I see interesting stuff. These two could be good because these are the old artifacts that are really hard to come by these days, and yeah, they are pretty powerful, so if you have spare rubies for them, these could be good to buy. Other than that, I haven't really seen that many great ones, perhaps, except for this one. This is fairly cheap. It's like less than 10 US dollars, and it contains protection of the God King and the slate of trial for the trial of the God King. Plus, it has a lucky box, which you can get some soul stones tickets at 1% chance, or soul fragment tickets, or some other mystical soul fragment tickets. Of course, most likely you will be getting one of these with some luck, maybe one of these, and then if you are super lucky, then some of these at the top. Other than this, I haven't really seen anything in the shop that I thought was worth getting. But of course, this is up to you if you want to whale or not. I'm not advocating for it. I just like to point out if I see anything useful. So that's it really, guys. A lot of changes to Eclipse and gearing. I'm really looking forward to having more eaters. Hope you are too. Let me know in the comments below. And for now, this has been Cloudie. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.